Hello students, welcome to Geography class. Today we are beginning a new chapter, Human Resources. What do you mean by human resource? Human resource refers to the number, that is the quantity, and ability, that is the quality of the people. Now the question arises, why are humans also considered as a resource? If you take example of a sculptor, what does he do? He take a stone and give it the shape of a human being. He make the statue. So what? That sculptor is having a skill that has converted, that has transferred a physical material into a resource. When you look at that statue, you appreciate it, you purchase it, you keep in your drawing room. Am I right? So it is the skill of humans which help in transferring the physical material into a valuable resource. So the role of human beings is the most important in the resource formation, and that's why humans are considered as the most important resource. All parts of the world are not equally populated. In some parts of the world, maximum number of people live. Means some parts of the world are very crowded. At the same time, in some parts of the world, there are very less number of people living. Now let's see how people are distributed over the world. First of all, the pattern of population distribution. What does it mean? It means that the way in which people are spread across the earth's surface. Means people are not living equally in all parts of the world. You will be surprised to know that more than 90% people of the world population lives in about 30% of the land surface. Means 90% people are living in just 30% of the land area. Can you say what are the reasons? Yes, the reasons may be many due to the climatic conditions. Say for example, if I talk about the North Pole and South Pole, extremely cold. So who would like to live there? That parts are not well suitable for living. In the same way, if I say take example of the Sahara Desert, extremely hot, dry conditions, who will live there? Some of the areas are very mountainous areas. So only 30% of the land surface is the best suitable for living, and in that 90% of the world population survives. Almost 3/4 of the world's population live in Asia and Africa. So Asia and Africa are the most populated continents of the world. And Asia especially, Asia is the highest populated continent. South and Southeast Asia, Europe and northeastern North America are densely populated. So these all areas are crowded. But on the other hand, tropical deserts, say for example the Sahara, the Thar Desert, high mountains just like the Himalayan region, and the areas of equatorial forest like the Amazon rainforest are sparsely populated. So in these areas, the area is bigger compared to the number of people living there. 60% of the world population lives in just 10 countries. These 10 countries are China, India, USA, Indonesia, Brazil, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nigeria, Russian Federation, and Japan. All these countries have 100 million people. Next, density of population. What does it mean? Density, when we talk about, it means the number of people in an area and the area or space available for them for living. That is what the density of population. Now let's understand with the strength of your class. Say for example, there are only 30 students in your class and you are sitting in a very small room. Then you will feel that your class is a crowded class. But if the same number of students are allowed to sit in a big hall or a seminar hall, then you will feel that most of the benches are empty. This is what? The density, area or number of people living. We can define the density of population in this way. That is the number of people living in a square kilometer area. Square kilometer means what? 1 kilometer, 1 kilometer, 1 kilometer and 1 kilometer. The area of that number of people living in a square kilometer area is referred to as the density of population. How can we find the density of population? There is a formula for it. When we divide number of persons living in an area with the area of that place, we find the density of a place. The density of population in the world. Suppose if we distribute the people of the world equally all over the surface of the earth available to us, then the density will be only 51 person per square kilometer. It means that what? That every area there will be 51 people. Average density of population in India is 382 persons per square kilometer according to the census 2011. Now, what is census? Census is the official counting of the people which takes place in every 10 years. The last census took place in 2011. So according to the census 2011, the average density of population in India is 382 persons per square kilometer. The most densely populated state of India is Bihar. And the least densely populated state of India is Arunachal Pradesh. That Arunachal Pradesh is a mountainous state. Why people are not distributed equally over the earth's surface? So there are some factors which affect the distribution of population, which can put them under two categories. First category will be the geographical factors and other category will be the other factors. First, let's discuss about the geographical factor. First, topography. Topography is the relief of the land. So generally the plains are preferred for habitation. Why? Do you know why it is so? Plains are suitable for agriculture, for transport, for industries, for making houses, for everything. So people prefer to live in the plain areas. So in all the countries of the world, the plain areas are the most populated areas of the world. In our India also we can take example of the Ganga plains. Likewise, climate. The areas of equable climate. Equable means not extremely hot or not extremely cold, support larger population. People will not live in those areas where the temperature is too low or too high. Say for example Siberia, the coldest areas of the world. the number of people will be there less compared to the other areas. Soil. Fertile soil favor the cultivation of crops. So wherever the fertile soil is available, in that areas also you will find the high concentration of population. Next, water. You know, Jal hai Jeevan hai. So water or the river valleys of the world are the cradle of ancient civilization. You might have heard about the Indus Valley civilization, Mesopotamian civilization, Chinese civilization. All these civilizations developed where? Near the river valleys. Because water is the most essential for the human survival. Next, minerals. Presence of minerals also have attracted people to live in any particular area. Say for example, the gold and diamond in South Africa. Because of the availability of mines of gold and diamond in South Africa, many European people have gone there and settled. So these things also, all these things, they attract the more concentration of people. Now let's talk about some other factors as well. Other factors include social factors, cultural factors, and economic factors. What are the social factors? There are some areas where better civic amenities are available. What are the better civic amenities? Say for example, good education, health facilities, good sanitation. Where will you find all these things? Generally in the city area or the urban area. So you will find the cities are getting more and more crowded and the village population is decreasing. So social factors also affect the concentration of population. Next, cultural factors. Places of cultural importance and religious places. These places also become the overcrowded or more concentration of people takes place in such areas. Say for example, Varanasi or Madurai or Vatican City. So why all this? These are having their religious importance or cultural importance. Likewise, the economic factors. Economic factors means the areas which provide large scale employment. Generally, people would like to in those areas where they have a source of earning, source of income. So suppose if any areas become industrially developed areas, so lot of employment will be available there. So number of people will go and live in such areas. So all these factors also affect the distribution of population. That's all in today's lesson. Thank you and have a nice day.